Media psychology it's been around for a long time, but no one has really called it something on its own. In 2005, it was discovered as its own science, psychology science. And what it is it's we're concerned as media psychologists about the development of critical thinkers, and we're concerned about how media technology affects social behavior, neurological behavior, physiological behavior. We're looking at seeing, how texting affects you. Like today, they're starting to say that people who take selfies all the time are probably going to, are demonstrating some sense of insecurity, and it's a form of narcissism, which they now, call it's not just a personality disorder. They say it's a brain disorder. It's actually a mental disorder. So it's interesting that, all of these things are coming about, but what we do as media psychologists is to study that. Advertising agencies hire media psychologists all the time to go out and do statistical research and find data so that they can devise or create their commercials to actually affect people properly, to get them to do what they want them to do. Media influences people. We consume media like we consume food, and you can become obese with media. You could not have enough media. You can eat fried food too much. So there's media that represents that kind of food. Like reality TV. Reality TV is a detriment. There are some good reality TV that are good for you, like there's some good food. But the reality TV that, seems to gather the largest audiences are reality TV shows that really perpetuate the kinds of things that we're trying to keep people away from when it comes to media. For instance, I could give you a TV show, hip hop, Love and Hip Hop, Atlanta, New York, whatever. I like the concept of what it was originally supposed to be, love and hip hop. People in love and trying to maintain relationships and finding love in the world of hip hop. So, but what's missing is we don't get the proper backdrop or backstory of hip hop. Where's hip hop in that? These guys make beats, they okay. But, we're more concerned about the drama of their relationships. And what happens is on shows like that, the producers are influencing these people to do things, to react a certain kind of way. They're putting carrots out there for them to, later on, when these people get off the shows, like an athlete, a quarterback who plays professional football and can't play no more, they're going to start looking at these things and going, wow, this has affected me dearly. Discovered that in my research that in the past 20 years of reality TV, 20 people have died, either from suicide or someone murdered them. Mostly people are suicidal. So I don't think any television that creates, at the end of the day, someone killing themselves is worth it. Man, I don't like to see black men put in certain situations that they can't get themselves out of, and that's what media will do. And then, in those shows, it's pinning black men and women against each other, and people look at that and say that this is how all black men and women are. I just think it's not good. But also, the Jersey Shore. Well, let's get off the black people. Jersey Shore is a whack reality TV show. But I could see, while in this PhD program, living with one of my best friends who got divorced a few years ago. That's one of his favorite TV shows. He starts using the language, the situation, and however they refer to girls and having sex with them and all this. I was like, man, you're 45 years old and you're using this language. So a lot of times when we consume things, we eat food and then we dispose of the food, but it leaves things behind. And the same thing with media. And so I thought Jersey Shore just really was smut television. You know, they promoted drinking, they promoted breaking rules, they promoted promiscuous sex, they promoted, you know, and there's a false sense of security, a false sense of success when you think that being on a reality TV show is the way to be successful. It's just not. Like, you know, cut to another one, and I won't stay on this too long, but one of my favorite is Amazing Race. Now that's a reality TV show I can dig. Or Hoarders, where people are really going in and trying to help people get better. Dr. Phil is a good reality TV show. All talk shows are reality TV. You know, so you have to, like, you go to the grocery store and you look at the labels on the back of the, you have to choose your food properly. So do you have to do the same thing? You have to choose your television consumption properly as well. Reality TV, it creates an unrealistic audience. That their mindset is not based in reality. Manju, this psychologist, writer, philosopher, calls it the post-fact society. Many people today are living their lives based on how they see someone else living theirs, and that's what reality TV does. So you know what I mean. It's like the Nene character, and then she's translated that into opportunity for herself. But what she's done unconsciously is demonstrated to a larger audience. Oh, she's the epitome of what a black woman is. No different than the first one that was on. Remember, she was on what was it, Omarosa? She was on The Apprentice. So she's the new Omarosa, right? We don't find no good black women, nice, doing things right, blah blah, to put out there and make huge, right? But Omarosa, now Nene is the representation of every black woman, and that's not a good thing. The decisions that people that are certain, the decisions that certain people make on certain shows is an example of what the audience is expecting. So as much as we trip on the people who are on the shows, we have to really look at the audience, right? They only put stuff on TV that we want. And so what does that say about us?